It's really hard to get into action if you don't feel like you're that person. If there's a disconnect between your dream and believing that you're that person now, if you don't think that you're that person now, or if you think it's going to be hard, you're not going to do it. Hello, my name is Cass O'Connor, and I'm joining you again for another episode highlighting my journey to abundance and manifesting all my dreams. And my hope is to inspire you to believe that you can have the life that you desire, anything that you want, even something that seems unbelievable and huge to you right now. I believe you can have it. And I'm gonna show you with my journey as I manifest over $200,000 per month, which I will use to travel and to buy whatever I want and live in abundance and support people who just need a chance to make their dreams happen. Give back to people who have helped me. This money is going to do a lot. Not to mention my beautiful beach house. I get to do what I love every single day. Being creative, writing, using my imagination, providing massive value for so many people. Health and wellness for myself and for Charlie, my dog, for everyone that I know. Loving and powerful relationships and inspiring the world to transform into empowered people. In this video, I am going to talk a little bit about the law of assumption and my recent experience with it and how to use it to manifest movement in your life towards your goals. I'm experiencing the law of assumption in a way that I haven't really experienced it before. It kind of was something that I read about from Neville Goddard and I've heard in YouTube channels and blog posts, but it didn't really resonate. Like, I kind of knew what it was, but I didn't experientially know what it was. Basically, the law of assumption was introduced by Neville Goddard. It's probably been known for, the beginning of time and expressed in different ways from different perspectives. Basically, it's if you believe that what you want already exists and act as if it is, then you will manifest it in your reality. Reality is created by the mind. All is mind comes from the Kybalion. And many mystical and spiritual ancient beliefs are centered around the idea that consciousness creates reality. And honestly, I believe that God is consciousness, and we're all living in the imagination of God. It's kind of a trippy thought. But basically, whatever you believe, we can usually agree on the fact that what we think and what we feel will determine a lot of our actions, which will determine a lot of what we experience, which will determine a lot of our life. So our thoughts and beliefs, our mental state, our consciousness is very powerful. Everything is manifested through consciousness. Our beliefs and assumptions are reflected in our reality. Our experience of this world is a reflection of what is in our minds. Some people might be like, well, what about babies? Like, what about people that are just born and, things happen to them and they experience things? But we have to remember that energy isn't created or destroyed. It just transfers into something else. So when a new baby is born, it's just transferred energy. And this energy carries memories and it carries things over from one form into the next. So I mean, beliefs that one parent might have could be transferred to their children. You can see kids that are adopted act exactly like their parents, even though they were never exposed to them. And they could end up going down the same journey as their parents went down and never have anything like experientially with their parents in this life. But their body remembers it because it was transferred to them. And so beliefs and assumptions are transferred through generations. So, I mean, we've all heard of generational trauma. It's more than just someone's born into trauma and then it goes on to the next person, behaves and treats the next generation. It's transferred metabolically, like through the cells. The cells remember. So this is why, like, some of these beliefs that we were born with that have persisted for, hundreds of thousands of years, can be a little bit harder to change. Actually, what's helped me recently understand the law of assumption to a deeper level, I started watching a YouTube channel called Go Manny. And it's a little weird. I think it's like an AI that's actually speaking, and there's a lot of repeating. So it's a little disjointed, but the message is extremely helpful. And you'll find some videos on Neville Goddard and the law of assumption, and if you want to check those out, they were helpful for me. But just, basically realizing that we do have beliefs. Our subconscious has been programmed, and it's not just been programmed in this life, but from the lives previous and the people before us that's been transferred to us. So some of this programming is deep, and to overcome it, you can't sometimes just saying affirmations all day is not going to cut it. And I know for me, saying affirmations that I don't believe, that my subconscious is like, I've never seen anything that proves that that is true. And it just becomes a battle. Like, something happens that makes me feel negative or less than, or like this all sucks. And then I try to say all these positive things in my mind, and I just get more and more frustrated because I don't feel it. There's a disconnect. My subconscious doesn't believe what I'm telling it. And I can say it all day long and it's not gonna help. We can't force ourselves to believe something that there's no evidence to show that it's real. The essence of what you believe and what you assume is reflected to you in your life. So therefore, what you believe, you're gonna have tons of evidence of that in your life. So to overcome that evidence and create a new belief, you're gonna have to get some new evidence in your life. You might have to create this evidence and manufacture it in order to trick our subconscious into believing it. So I've come up with some tricks, some ways of convincing our subconscious that what we want to believe now is true. And the first way that I do this, and the best way that seems to work for me, is visualization. And I went through a period where I stopped visualizing because, I thought maybe I was trying too hard, or I just started overthinking it. A quote by Neville: "You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality." So basically, you can visualize and see what you want, the end result, in your mind. And if you can do this consistently during a time when your mind is sleepy and your brain waves are maybe, in an alpha or theta state, and your conscious mind is not fighting you and your suggestions, if you can get into a sleepy state and visualize, what you are wanting to manifest over and over again, like the same scene repeating over and over again, to the point to where you feel it like it's real, and to the point where when you're finished visualizing, you're almost discombobulated because you feel like, wait, I was really just there. What am I doing here? Like, if you can get to that point, that is absolutely influencing your subconscious mind to believe that you are there, and that you are that, and that you have that. If you can do this over and over again, there's no way that you will not manifest what you're visualizing, especially if you can feel it. Feeling is the secret, according to Neville Goddard. So I've been using more visualization lately. I've been visualizing just before bed. I'll go over my desired result, which is basically me looking at my bank account on my phone, seeing $200,000 in my checkings account and $3,300,000 in my savings account. And then I walk to Charlie, who's laying in the sun at my beautiful beach house, and give him a hug and look outside at the ocean. And that's what I've been visualizing over and over again. And after I'm done visualizing, I feel so amazing. Like, I don't feel like I don't have it. I actually feel good. Like, I was just there and I feel fulfilled and at peace. And when I'm walking Charlie in the morning around the neighborhood, I feel like I'm walking on the beach. Like, I just see the beauty all around me. It's amazing how it's just changing the way I feel every day. Like, I am not grasping or feeling like I'm without. Like, I am feeling good, and this is encouraging to me. So I'm gonna keep visualizing every evening. Sometimes I do some visualizing in the morning too. But I'll let you know how it goes, and let's see how this transforms and manifests in my life. Another way that you can really embody the law of assumption is with action. If you really assume that your desires are done, then you're gonna act like they're done. You're gonna do things that you would be doing if you had what you desired. I desire to be a successful writer who, writes powerful, persuasive, inspiring words that move people to positive action in their lives. And so if I really believe that that is done, then what am I gonna do right now? I'm gonna spend my time writing, and I'm gonna spend my time writing what I enjoy and what is valuable and helpful to people. And I'm gonna reach out to people and be like, hey, I can help you. I can write for your business. I can add to your life. I can make things, easier for you. I can provide value. And that's what I've started doing. I've started pitching people that I look up to, not just anybody online, not just a website that looks crappy that, I feel like, oh, well, for sure I could make this website better. No, I'm pitching to people that I actually am inspired by and that I want to work with and that are doing things in this world that are powerful and I want to be a part of. And doing this, it's really hard to get into action if you don't feel like you're that person. If there's a disconnect between your dream and believing that you're that person now, if you don't think that you're that person now, or if you think it's gonna be hard, you're not gonna do it. And I went through about 10 days recently, the dark night of my soul, where I really had to have conversations with myself and visualize hardcore that this journey is easy and that it's fun and that life is an adventure. And I really had to focus on shifting my perspective because I was not going to take action until I shifted. And taking that time, working through some things, shifting, visualizing, it has enabled me to actually start taking action. And the action that I'm taking, I've only reached out for a few days now, and I've already had people getting back to me. I have one man that I look up to that is an amazing copywriter and has written, dozens of books that might want me to help write something for him. And I'm freaking thrilled. And I'm not allowing fear or overthinking to take over. Instead, if that starts to happen, I sit down, I visualize who I am and the life that I love, and I get back up and I move forward. You basically have to make the decision that you're not gonna feel like crap. That you are gonna feel good and that you're gonna enjoy this life. And no matter what happens, you're gonna learn and you're gonna move on. It's basically, how do you want to live? How do you want your journey to be? Do you want to have fun? Do you want to enjoy your life? Gotta make that choice. As I take these actions, and hopefully you will take actions as well, even little ones, just to move towards your goal, you're gonna feel good. And as you feel good taking action, you're gonna want to take more action. The key is to not overthink it and just do it. Get to the point where fear gets transmuted into excitement, where stepping into the unknown is exhilarating and an adventure. Check out Breaking Through the Terror Barrier by Bob Proctor. This is something we all have to do. Break through our old paradigm. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, but don't give up, because once you can get through that, get past that, you'll never look at fear or getting uncomfortable the same again. It'll be transformed. Another way to really embody the law of assumption is gratitude. Basically, look at your life right now. Don't wish and don't wait for things to be different. Look at your life right now and find the things that you love and focus on those things. What do you love about your day? What do you love about your neighborhood? What do you love about your home, about your apartment? What do you love about your family? What do you love about your coworkers? Really start to embrace the things that you love right now and be who you would be in the future right now. Be gracious, be kind, choose who you're gonna be and live with intention. It takes time. Every morning before I start my day, I tell myself who I am. I am inspiring. I am passionate about what I do. And I am curious about everything in my life because I know that I'm standing above a field of diamonds. They're right below my feet. And they are for you as well. If you can start seeing the good and seeing the positive, you'll start seeing the diamonds and you'll start seeing the opportunities and you'll start seeing how people in your life will actually add to your life and can help you move to the next level. Have fun. Enjoy your life now. And what's gonna happen? That's gonna grow. You're gonna have more and more things happen in your life that are gonna be fun and that you love. Just watch it happen. It's happening for me. And a real key part of this is to know how to handle resistance when it comes up. For me, I used to be a terrible self-critic, perfectionist, and I dealt with depression for many years. It depression, anxiety, alcoholism, a lot of negative emotions were controlling my life. And it's really important to know how to handle those emotions when they come up. Check out the Sedona method. It helped me a ton, and I use it now to release the negative emotions when they come up. It's basically not resisting them, not avoiding them, not ignoring them, but also not reacting to them. It's allowing them to be. I think the visualization is basically opening your arms up to the emotion, saying, I see you, and let's have tea. And then they dissipate. You can observe them without having to let them take over. And as you do this more and more, they will come up less and less because you're letting them go. You're not giving them the same power that they used to have. And so they don't have the same meaning that they used to have. You decide what the meaning is for everything you experience. The power is yours. And the last tool that I'm using to really utilize the law of assumption is conversations. I have conversations with myself and with my higher self, and it's so powerful. Sometimes just sitting in a quiet room without the phone, without music, without distractions, just sitting and talking with yourself or writing. It's so enlightening. You can use affirmations, that you believe in, such as something that you can really actually believe. Like maybe I feel better, more so every day, or I'm feeling more and more confident every day. It's not, I am a millionaire, because I'm not there yet. I do like to say I'm a money magnet, and I believe it more so every day. But have a reasonable talk with yourself, ask yourself questions, and look for the answers. All the answers are within. We can look for them out here, we can think somebody else knows what we should do, but we know. We know within. Get in touch with that. And the more you listen and the more you decide to focus on your inner voice, the louder it will get. And the more and more you'll feel guided towards your destiny. So my recent experience with the law of assumption is it's working. The visualizing, the action, the gratitude, the conversations with myself, they're transforming my life. Like I am feeling like I'm there. I'm living on my beach house, doing what I love, and I'm feeling it. I'm choosing to see the journey as fun, as easy, all the lessons as rewarding and enjoyable, and that everything I touch turns to gold. This journey doesn't have to be a struggle unless you believe it is. Maybe it was for somebody else. Maybe somebody else had to work super freaking hard. But maybe you don't. Who says you have to work hard? Maybe you can have fun and still get what you want. And literally, I didn't even have to reach out to Vincent Pulgies. I don't know if I said his last name correctly. He has the Total Life Freedom podcast, which is a freaking amazing podcast. You will learn so much about being an entrepreneur, about believing in yourself, about networking, about going for it and creating the life that you love. And he's up to all types of amazing things right now, like a membership for creating memberships. What? That's amazing. Go check him out. He got me on a call with him didn't charge me a dime, and he still coached me and inspired me and lifted me up. And I'm just blown away by the love and the generosity of this man. But this is what happens when you start to take action. The people that you need to talk to, the magic, the synchronicities, they start to happen. Power of assumption. Let it change your life. Thank you for letting me share, and have a beautiful day.